On a Thursday night, and I'm watching TV with my wife, and like Stacy at the office the other day with her bag of chips, I am now in a moment of peril. I'm not even hungry, but little monkey mind is whispering at me, dude, let's go get involved with that delicious bag of pretzels in the kitchen. Stacy used her mindfulness, her inner coach, to help her wake up and realize that her desire to eat those chips was mostly just her monkey mind unskillfully trying to help her deal with her stress. But there's also another option, surfing the urge. It's another way to use your mindfulness in moments like these. Define what you mean by surfing the urge.
So surfing the urge is about noticing those things, those inner experiences that pull you away from your goals, and developing the ability to be with those impulses mindfully without trying to suppress them and without immediately giving in to them in a way that actually teaches your brain to have more power over them.
It's a supremely counterintuitive move. Instead of trying to suppress the wave of desire, and by the way, this can be applied to food or shopping or diving into a Twitter hole, instead of trying to shove it all down, which often results in you getting pummeled by the wave, you actually tune in to all the painful sensations. And that curiosity is what helps you surf the urge. So when I'm sitting in front of the television and it's a little bit later in the evening and I notice the urge to eat something, it really is about tuning into what does it feel like. I can actually feel this kind of like vibrating here that's almost driving me to get up and go toward the cabinet to grab a snack. And what you're saying is, no, the move is just to feel that.
Yes, our attention tends to go towards the thing that we're wanting or feeling resistant to, and actually start to pay attention to our experience in the body and also in the mind, right? So the body may be the pleasant or unpleasant sensations that are going on, the restlessness, the energy that's there. And then in the mind, it may be, what does craving feel like? What is desire? That's our practice. And that's, in a way, the unraveling of what appears as a big ball of habits and patterns, sort of the experience.
What surfing the urge does is it interrupts the functional connectivity of those systems of the brain. If, when you start to feel that impulse, you are able to imagine that it's like a wave that is going to peak and get more intense, but you can ride it out and it will eventually dissolve.
To be clear, there's nothing wrong with pretzels. I eat them all the time. It's just that it's late at night, and part of me knows that eating right now will degrade my sleep and take me further away from my goal of having enough bandwidth for my family and my coworkers. So right there on the couch, I try to surf the urge. So I tried it. I let the sensations of my irrational hunger arise, and I got curious about them. Like, so where am I feeling it in the body? And then I just let it pass. And it was kind of amazing to watch the wave crest and then pass, and then I didn't feel the desire anymore. If I'm with it patiently enough and with some interest, at some point it just goes away. And that moment is incredible. That's more delicious than whatever it is I might have eaten.
I love the phrase surfing the urge because surfing is playful. Can we actually surf this feeling of being pulled towards something? Not that we're going to be able to just stop it, because oftentimes the wave is big enough, strong enough that we get pulled along with it, but can we begin to start to sense what is going on? And part of that process is we're allowing awareness to come in, because when we start to understand what craving energy feels like, we can actually be with the craving rather than chasing the object of our craving. Hi, this is Alexis. You've likely seen by now that we might have very clear long-term aspirations. Yet in an instant, we can find ourselves back in the grip of whatever old patterns we're trying to be free of. So what's going on? When we get triggered from whatever it is, could be something we see or hear, or a challenging emotion that surfaces, the habit of craving or aversion arises. If the craving or aversion is stronger than our awareness and wisdom in that moment, we get pulled into the very behaviors that we're trying to overcome. So that moment, when we feel the urge or the impulse of reactivity, is a really precious moment to bring our practice to. It's here that we discover the possibility of freedom that can feel so elusive. Let's explore this now. If you haven't already done so, find a posture that brings a sense of ease and comfort, allowing your eyes to gently close if you like, and having the simple intention to be aware, bringing attention to your direct experience. You might begin to become aware of the body, noticing any sensations that are present. As you settle in, you might become aware of the body breathing, the air flowing in and out. Or your attention might open to the sounds around you, becoming aware that you're hearing. Settling back and simply observing. In this session, we'll practice feeling the urges of wanting and aversion. Rather than reacting to those urges, we'll see what happens when we can observe them from a place of awareness, eventually allowing them to settle. In order to practice this, see if you can find something in your immediate experience that feels somewhat uncomfortable or unpleasant. Nothing too intense. It might be some pressure from the ground or chair, or a dull ache in the knee, or other area in the body. And just begin to feel the actual sensations, the hardness, throbbing. Explore the feeling for a moment. Notice any reaction you might be having, paying attention to any resistance that comes up, or sensing the urge for it to go away. If you weren't paying attention, you might unknowingly shift the body, get up, or scratch. So just notice if there is a tendency to react, and see if you can sit with this for a few moments. When we bring mindfulness to this process, we discover how to be with these mental reactions, as if we're riding a wave. The energy builds, the desire to react becomes stronger, and then we might find that sooner or later it passes, and the mind may return to a sense of ease. Stay with this for a few moments, just observing any mental reactions you find, stepping back and being aware of them. and then allowing yourself to relax again. Just observing and settling in an open way. Feeling the urge when it comes up, and riding it out with awareness. It's something that we can become more and more skilled at each time we practice it. You might try this out with the intention you are working with. See if you can picture a moment when you're about to follow an urge or an impulse that would lead you away from your goal. Notice how the attention is likely focused in on what it wants or doesn't want. And imagine, as you bring awareness to the moment, that your attention can begin to widen. You might begin to notice how the body feels, noticing any energy or activation that might be present, and then becoming aware of the mind, any mental energies, the urge, the craving that wants, or the resistance that doesn't want. And then opening the awareness even further, noticing where you are, the sounds that are around you, the colors and shapes of your surroundings. And imagine remembering your deeper aspiration, the joy that comes from taking any steps in the direction of your commitment. Great. And then again, simply being here, in this present moment. It's through cultivating more and more moments of awareness, like this one, that our practice can show up in our day-to-day life, in the moments when we have a choice to make. So that rather than being pulled right into a habitual urge, we can sense the possibility of surfing or riding it out. Whenever you're ready, you can allow your eyes to open if they've been closed. In the days ahead, you might try relating to these moments when your urges get triggered as another chance to practice. Good luck. See you next time.